Hey guys, good afternoon. Hi guys, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you guys are great. It is a Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. I hope you had a lovely day. We are going to start with our next series. We've done a lot of stuff talking about healing and a whole lot of things in the past months. Going to start talking about something that I've seen lately that is also an issue a lot with most people. The whole story around. Hey Zanele, welcome. Thank you so much. So I have got two devices here. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the other one. So do not be alarmed. So we're talking about sacred relationships, sacred contracts, sacred um, work that we need to do to for ourselves when we come here. And the most easiest thing to help us work through our issues that we came here in the planet to learn is through relationships and money and health. So those are the three things that all the time the Lord is able to touch us nicely and quick and fast with those three things. So it is relationships, romantic and every other relationship, business relationships, with your clients, with your boss, with whoever. So relationships isn't just everybody, your siblings, your friends, your whoever. Your romantic relationships, of course, those ones just make it a little bit more interesting, makes the whole thing more interesting. Then it is your money. Of course, the Lord will touch your money, so good that you will come rolling on the floor and asking the Lord, what do you want from me? Ask me. I found out 40 million rand later. I was literally saying to the Lord, you cannot do this to me. 40 million rands in debt. What is this about? Then I found out, and that is how the Lord got me to follow him by putting me in 40 million rand debt. That was such a nice deal. So, and then the last one, of course, is health. You will go through the cancers of this world and all these things to learn a specific thing. Health in terms of just health, or in terms of chronic conditions, or in terms of addictions and these kind of things, or in terms of disabilities and this kind of stuff like that. So these are the three things that we get to learn, the lessons we came in the planet to learn. So being in the physical is one of the most exclusive things that happens in the universe. A lot of beings, they are there, but they are not in the physical. So we, us who are in the physical, have gotten a little bit more chance to learning things about life, but also we chose to come here because there was a big reason for us to come. That is why we always talk about this whole purpose thing. So now, you've heard me talk about money a lot of times, and this year I've said it, 2022, if you do not get your manifestation darts in a row in 2022, I don't know when you're going to get there. Right? So, of course, make sure that you find yourself a nice, vibing manifestation route, manifestation routine that works for you. And those who are in the manifestation course knows that we have a whole lot of things that we're putting together. And of course, one of the things about manifestation is that you must have the routines and the rituals that goes with it. And if you don't have those kind of stuff, you don't have the right energy that supports you through your manifesting in terms of money. So while you're doing those rituals, you are sticking with those routines. And I always say that a ritual is something that you don't understand, and you don't have to understand, but it works. Because if you want to make a baby, you must have sex. Do you even understand what you're doing there? And it's literally like seconds for some people and few minutes for some people, and I'm not sure what is the record time, but of making a baby, but you don't know what is happening, and then all of a sudden this person comes out with 10 fingers and 10 toes and a nose, and you have no idea what happened, but you did a ritual. So, and you can make it routine, keep trying and trying and trying so that you get it right. Sometimes, you will have to try a little bit more, depending on whatever is happening. And also, that whole same system could be used by God to test you in other things, like the child comes out and they're, wow, don't want to talk about it much, or you struggle to conceive one. So that is part of the things that the Lord uses, the universe uses, to get us to pay attention to something that we need to learn. So today I'm not talking about money. Today I'm not talking about health. I do talk about health a lot. I do talk about money a lot, but today I'm talking about the thing that I never want to talk about. Relationships. But because they are so important in this whole lesson of us being enlightened, in this whole in this whole journey of us understanding why we are here, our purpose, they come in handy. So normally on a weekday between 4 and 9 a.m. I'm seeing clients in the morning, and I tell you 80% of people who come through, they have a relationship problem, and it's not a funny one. Like, it's not nice. Of course I laugh because I can laugh at your problems, guys. I mean, I woke up at 4 a.m. That is so wrong and horrible to me. So I might as well laugh about other things. So, of course, a person will come in and say, "Oh, you know what? Of course, I've said it this a lot of times. If you would coming to me to ask me if your husband he cheats, rather say to me, Busi, can you help me to learn how to check if my husband cheats? Then we'll talk. But if you just come and ask me if my husband is cheating on me, oh, shame, you touching like wrong places in me, because I cannot wake up at 4 a.m. to tell you if your husband cheats on you, because the Lord has told you so many times, you just don't want to believe it, and then you want me to say it so that you can believe me. Why I should believe me? Why? Because like, I don't want to do it because and you want me to be the one who's saying it, but this is happening. Like, why can't you just ask the Lord to heal from it? At least when you come to me, say, well, see, I think my husband is cheating on me. I need to heal whatever thing that is attracting me to this kind of a situation. Then you're talking something that makes sense. Do not ask me if he's cheating on you. It's none of my business. Okay, let's get that done. Thank you. Now, the relationship stories are just horrible. Horrible. So from somebody, of course, who has tried their best and they've left a relationship, and then now, you know what, the devil is calling their name. They want to text this person. This person hurt them and traumatized them, but they like, oh my goodness, I miss him so much. I miss him so much. I miss her so much. And oh, yeah, I need closure, whatever that they need. And then poor person back to square one and get hurt one more time. Okay. Or is the one that wants to be in the dark. One lady told me as she came through, and she was actually looking for something good, like something serious, money. And of course, when I asked her guys, the guy said, it is the person that is your boyfriend that you're sleeping with. And when I told her, she's like, Busimina, I am not ready to be singing. And I was like, child, you've just told me the truth. I do not care myself. So I said, go the day you're ready, come back. Because Nami, I don't want to deal with this. This is your problem. If you want to be broke with your person, go be broke. The world will still turn on its axis, even if when you are broke. So please, let's not worry each other about this. If you're not ready, you are not ready. Nami, I'm not. So of course, I mean, poor thing had to come back after some time and said, you know what, I've had enough. Now I'm ready. Then we started the process of letting go. But in the process of letting go, you can't let go. You can't forgive a person. You can't understand why a certain relationship has hurt you so much when you don't understand what happened. Now, that is something that I have seen over and over and over as I heal people. When I say to you, just like, break up with this person or separate from this person, and I don't actually give you the reason why, it is more hard for you to comprehend. I think this is a mental thing that you do not understand why. You just feel like God is picking on you because you love this person and you wish they were a good person. And it's not that they're a bad person, it's just that they are not at that point good for you for specific reasons, but there is something they are teaching you that you need to learn. And when you learn that lesson, then you are able to forgive them and move on. And when you learn the lesson, then you are able to find a person that is not them. Because there are also many people who then will get out of a relationship. This is John point 1, and then you go and you get on with John 2.0. So another, it's a return, it's a yizo. Next one, you go and get another John in another phase, you know. But you're still going through the same things you're going through in this relationship. Just like jobs, you get out of this one, you get another one, same story, but different companies, you know. So just like health, today is the headache, tomorrow is the knees. It's the same thing, but it's just that you are not understanding why is this happening. So that is why it is so important for me to let my clients understand the sacred contracts that they have entered into before they came into the planet, the things they need to learn, the things they need to understand, so that they can be able to move on quickly, easier, without breaking their hearts. And there are clients who came to me and say, this relationship is so hard, and I say to them, you can't get out of the relationship, you can't get out of that marriage, you haven't learned the lesson. When if you get out of it now, you're going to go and create a new one because you haven't learned the lesson. You're going to stay there until you get it. The day you've got it, then you can leave. And normally the day they get it is the day they're like, oh no, it's fine now, things are fine. Of course, anyway, I don't care. You see it, you don't, but my job has been done if you get what you needed to get, because that is how you grow. That is how you change your vibration. That is how you allow more good things to happen in your life, when you learn your lessons, when you learn the things that the universe needs you to learn, because those things in any way, they are going to make you understand your purpose. So when you start to understand the sacred contract that you have with this person, you will forgive them quickly. And when you forgive them quickly, there's no need now to bewitch them. Of course, most of these relationships end in a way that, oh, I'm so angry at this one. I wish them death. I wish their next girlfriend can die. What? And then you go to Gogo Banbani, and then you get Stito, and then you put Stito Somtarabantu. They have pimples everywhere. But then guess what? Once you put Stito to somebody, that Stito will come back to you, and then it's a big problem that you've just created. Because when you don't want to let go of a relationship that you shouldn't no longer be in it, but you haven't gotten the lesson, so you can't move out of it. So now you continually create more pain for yourself. The moment you go and you get iscrito from Gogo somebody will give you iscrito, but Gogo somebody wouldn't tell you what is going to happen to you as much as you're sending iscrito that one. And then when the things start, and then you're going to cry more than the relationship. Whatever that you're doing now is going to worse than what the pain you are feeling in the relationship. So you see, you are making it worse than solving the problem. So when you understand the sacred contract, you are able to forgive the person. But when you forgive the person, the good thing that happens is that now God gives them the punishment on your behalf. So this is where we say karma is a bitch. When you forgive the person, you allow your guides to go and put the payback. They can be able to pay back, because now you have released yourself from this person. You are no longer connected with the person, because what happens is that when you are still connected with the person, when you still have spiritual codes, I will explain what these are with this person. When your guides bagadla on the other person, you get affected. That is why whoever you're sleeping with, you're gonna have the same money as them. If they are broke, guess what? You are connected with this person. Whatever happens to them happens to you. So then your guys will never, ever pay back this person for what they did to you, the pain they've caused you, when you haven't forgiven them, when you haven't let them go. Now, how do you And I am not saying here you must start to be a let go queen, because I'm not. And forgiving people definitely is not one of my strong points. Like, wow, like if I have to forgive you, seriously, the Lord needs to come to my house and explain to me why must I forgive you. But that's why I'm saying it's that difficult to do these things. But when you understand why, you see the point, you see the big picture, then you do not act like a baby. You can wear your big girl panties and you say, okay, fine, I'm going to forgive because now I understand the lesson I needed to learn. I need to love myself more. I need to not buy love. I mean, so many women come and now she's in 500,000 debt. She's in 2 million rent debt. Another one the other day was in 10 million rent debt. She kept borrowing and borrowing for this guy and borrowing from this guy and borrowing this guy. Apparently, this guy was supposed to be starting a business. And then when he saw that he had done everything, that she was like, now here, the debt was here, he left her. She's left with all this debt. She can't even open her mouth. And just coming to me and saying, Bus, I've done this, was the one thing that she did. She couldn't even do that. She hasn't told her family. She, you know what? And the only thing I could do for her was just to do a cleansing on her, because she was almost going to kill herself, because this was just too much. And this guy had left, and this guy was in her life for a very important reason. Well, in this case, this was sad, because the lesson wasn't that big, but she kept hoping that it works, because I mean, this guy came and activated all her other wounds, like the wounds of being rejected, the wounds of being lonely and abandoned, and this and this. And then all these demons stood up and were just like, me too, I need something, me too, I need something. And then this guy, because these people can see your third eye, what you're needing, then he just started to feed all these demons. And this lady couldn't handle it. She was just like there, just like, I need a father, I also need love. And then the guy kept saying, you shall give money for it, you shall pay for it. And she kept paying, of course. So now, sometimes the lesson is small, but you keep this thing going for so long that you actually continually create more trauma. At the end of the day, you pay 5 million for something that costs 2 rand. Yo, guys, you don't understand how many people are paying a high price for small lessons. Yay, small lessons that you had no business paying such a big price. But because you don't understand what's going on here, you kept hoping, you're working on it. It's fine to work on things, but you must work on things that you should be working on. Like I'm saying, not all relationships that are bad are supposed to be chucked away. Not all of them. And I know this sounds wrong, because I mean, any psychologist will say to you, if a relationship is bad, get out of it. There are relationships that you shouldn't get out of it, get out of them, because it's not time for you to get out of them yet. That is why it's so important to understand your astrology chart, because astrology chart will tell you these things clearly, nicely, and they will give you timelines like this dates and years and all the stuff. But anyway, again, we are not talking about an astrology chart. We're talking about the stuff that you need to understand for you to be able to move on. So when you understand the contract you had, you understand the lesson you need to learn, then you focus on this thing. Maybe it's boundaries. And I promise you, once you learn the lesson, one of the things that I know for sure is that person can no longer hurt you. You know that thing of a person has hurt you now, and then they wait, 6 months later, they come back, they hurt you again, they wait, 9 months again, they come back, they hurt you again. Once you learn the lesson, once you get why we are doing this, they can no longer come and hurt you, because remember, you closed the chapter, you signed the contract off, you've done your part. They will have to do their part, and if they haven't done their part in this relationship, they will have to go somewhere and do their part somewhere, which means that they will just have to go and start afresh and work harder. And then, of course, because they themselves, people who hurt you, they also get hurt while they are hurting you. And you might think that is not so. I promise you, they do. So they will have to go through that hell again. Everybody who puts you in hell, they are already in hell. So get it, you see. So now you are able to do the back to sender, pay them for what they've done without trying anything. Now your heart is fixed, your heart is cleaned, your heart is ready for what? A better relationship. A relationship that you deserve, a relationship that is good for you, a relationship that will make you happy because now you've learned from whatever you needed to learn. So isn't it better to just understand why is this happening? What is the lesson that this is bringing to me? What is the lesson? So I'll give you a simple example. For me, in my past lifetimes, now, and this is just for me. I'm not saying the stuff that you is in your contracts, they are connected to your past lifetime. I'm just giving you an example about this one because that one is the one that I'm thinking of right now. Okay, so in my past lifetime, I had a father who sold me out to for sex and made money out of me, like, sold me out, like literally made money out of me. So now, and other lifetimes, I mean, I've been going through this type of stuff for so long, but then so when he did that, one of the things that I said was that I will never depend on a man, which can go wrong very quickly, right? That just like that sounds wrong, right? But that was the takeaway I got from that lifetime, that I will never, because there I was hoping he can be my father, he can take care of me, and he was just like, I'm not coming for that stuff. Now, so when that was done, when all that pain I had, I said I would never. So when I came in now, I needed to prove to myself. So then I said I'm gonna come back now, and in this lifetime, I and by the way, I didn't come with so much karma, which is a great thing because nobody needs that stuff. So in this lifetime, when you look at my chart, there isn't much karma. There is only lessons. The lessons are easy. Lessons, you learn them without the pain most of the times. So even when you go through stuff, you don't experience the excruciating, like I've experienced a lot of pain. I mean, when your father is selling you for that kind of stuff, I'm sure that stuff is horrible. So I've done that stuff. I've done it. But then in this lifetime, I am here to then learn how to stand for myself, to learn how not to depend on a man. So guess what? Every time I try to depend on a man, where Jehovah, the flames, the fire, the what that happens. But then the weirdest thing is that when I try to take care of myself, then I became a millionaire, right? I'm just like, oh Jesus, the money is everywhere. Oh hallelujah, But again, unfortunately, again, I come into an existence that says a woman must have a man to take care of her. So there is me who is having money, but I'm like, oh Lord, why do I have the money? The money must be with the man. So that means you see how crazy these things can get quickly. So when I'm making the money myself, I make a lot, right? Like just enjoy. I'm not even trying. But when I sit and I'm like, I wait for a man to make it for me, then the drama starts. The serious hectic drama starts. So now I had to understand that contract that I said I will come back here and I will prove it to myself that me, I can take care of myself and run this thing like, you know. And that is what I am now going through, learning that, and it's working, and I see it. And then when I've done learning that, then I can have all the other things I want. Then now I can say, oh, okay, fine, I want a rich man. But then, of course, the rich man, I wouldn't want it for that reason. And the rich man will be like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I have a rich woman. Me, of course, don't touch my money, please, stay away. Okay. Now, if I refuse to learn the lesson, I mean, I can give you 50%, 50 marks for this one. What happens to me if I refuse to learn the lesson that I said myself, I am coming here to learn, which is to take care of myself? If I refuse to learn this lesson, fire, ngizokhala ngithi mjolo is a what people have been saying mjolo is the pandemic, what mjolo uyanyisa. Akuna mjolo onyisa abantu. Don't lie to us. Jolo is the most amazing thing. Guys, futhi mawujola umdala njengami, weJehova akumnandi emhlabeni, uNkulunkulu wami. Anyway, we're not talking about leyo. Asindluleni. But nje sengiyasho ukuthi mawujola unemali umdala njengami, konke kuhamba right. But ke I was giving you an example that if I then say, I don't want to learn this lesson, I will find so much horror. People who will take my money, who gonna be men and come and rob me. I know a lot of people that have gone through the robberies. You will get them, they will rob you like nobody's business. And it's when you're trying to find a man with money. Yes, and you are not supposed to be trying to find one. Guys, ningangikwateli, please. I'm talking about myself now. So they rob you. They actually just broke like hell. They actually don't have cent. They come and they say, give me money for this, give me money for that, build me a business, I'm broke, what. You are babysitting, you are writing CVs, you are doing all this stuff. Well done. And then I mean, all the horror. I will be like the spokesperson of like Jolo is a hard whatever thing. So now if I refuse, I will suffer like hell. And then on top of everything, no, as I could be a broke man and what that will be following me around everywhere, taking my man. I will also be broke. I cannot. Now, no. We will have to say, cut, Lord, cut. Let's start afresh here. I cannot be broke. So if I refuse to learn this sacred lesson and honor my contract that I said, I'm coming here to fix. Remember, Pela, that father of mine messed me up nicely. And then I said, I'm coming to fix that. Now I'll be broke and we can't have me broke. That is not okay. That is not, I've already been broke in other lifetimes. This one, the Lord said, I will have all the money I want. And I'm not taking anything less than what the Lord said I will have this time. Jesus Christ, never. I am not. So I will say, yes, Lord, I will honor the contract and I will go and understand this lesson very well so that I can have my own money, and then that's good. And then when I'm finished with, and the thing is that you do finish with these things, you go through and I've seen this happen and I've seen this happening to me. I'm talking about myself now. You do finish it. You do finish your contract. You do write it off. And the day you write it off, you know, well, of course, you can do an energy check, but you know the day the contract you sign it off and you say, now I've honored it. The Lord says, thank you, puts it in the book of life, Lona so totally take yake. And then hallelujah, ziyakhala ke manje, sezisukile ke asazi what's happening next. Pulane says, how does one find out what contract they signed in order to align their, okay, so that's the question I want to answer now. Let me just look at the other comments here quickly. I've not been checking them out. They've been going up and down. While we're doing that, guys, click on the like, click on the subscribe, click on the whatever you need to click on share with other children. I don't seem to see my Instagram comments. I don't know if they are there. If you've written a question, guys, like, and I did not see it on Instagram, please rewrite it again. Okay. Hi, Portia. Portia says good morning. GM says hello, Nunu. Okay. Tuseng says thank you. You are really assisting us. Thank you, day by day. Thank you so much, Susani, for joining us. Tony says, oh, no, don't try this one, actually. Yes, you're that food. Lindy says, got to singitela healing. Tony says, akafuna ukungasho ukuthi konke kuhamba right. Okay, so Pulane says, how does one find out? Yeah, so that now let's discuss this. So I was just telling you about the benefits of finding out about that contract, because you will fix it And once you fixed it, you'll be able to forgive and forget, and literally forget. Like the pain, guys. Like, I don't understand how I don't know how to explain it so that you understand that when you understand your contract and you heal that specific thing that is the core of all of this, you finally totally get the healing. And when you get that healing, it is the one where you forget even how the pain felt like that is what happened to me. And now when people come and say, yo, I'm separating and this, I'm like, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I have no idea what they're talking about because I have totally forgotten. It's like I've had amnesia. So you know when the Lord in the Bible says, I will heal you so much that you will forget. It is true. Me, I've seen it with my own eyes. It was not a lie. Some other things in the Bible are lies, but yo, that part is not a lie. You will forget, like you will have amnesia, like of how painful that thing was. You know, when the Lord healed me from my 40 million rent debt and my money, I forgot. And even that money thing, that for 40 million, it was part of this contract. So bengisoloko nje ngihamba ngithika la kule contract ngithika nje ngithika nje ngithika. Yabona the one that is now I'm waiting for is the one of healing people. Naleyo nayo ngayisayina. Ish leyo yona is still here. But the other ones I've, the 40 million, remember getting me my thing behind in the past life was the money thing. So I came here, so all of that was part of it, to get over that whole money, losing money and all that. So now when people talk about debts, I know, like I get it, but I don't, because it's more like I've gotten amnesia. Like I've healed to the point that I've forgotten how painfully it is to not have money, and that is that is the level of healing you wanna have with certain things that you forget. I tell you, when the Lord said, I will heal you so bad, you will forget. The Lord wasn't lying. And I'm not saying the Bible is telling us the truth, but that party, believe it. Mina ngiyibonile, I proved it to myself. You will forget how it feels like to be broke. You will forget how it feels like to be hurt. You will forget. And then yabona leyo healing people, leyo ngisadila nayo, guys, it's a lot. Jesus Christ. You and yo, hayi. So anyway, yeah. Now, do not fight. Once you sit down and you find out, and the contracts are different. There are stronger ones and there are weaker ones. Like I was saying earlier, that there are other ones that are so weak that you're just supposed to like get it quickly and get it over. But when now you're holding on to things, you are holding on to a job that you're supposed to just get over it, go and get your business and it runs and it's successful. But when now you're holding on because you heard that's your mother told you need a job to survive. Once you don't have one, you're gonna die. You are holding on to this thing is traumatizing you. You are broke every day from this thing, but you don't actually need it. So you do have things that are easy to deal with, and I'm going to give you quickly tips on how to get this. But then there are also hard, strong contracts that you need somebody to help you to go through them. Those are the ones that by yourself you know you don't have the ability to get yourself out of those. So just like for me, that money one, I needed somebody to come and explain it to me, to come in and give me even all this whole story that I needed to understand of the past life and all that, for me to be able to just understand. Because like I was like, but Mina, why? I've not done anything. I've not killed anybody. I have not even bought a Louis Vuitton bag. But then Mina, I'm owing 40 million. Like, what did I do wrong, Lord? Like it wasn't making sense because I had not done anything wrong with this money. I was just trying to build a business. Why am I in this shit? I have not done anything wrong. And then I had to be explained to nicely, like what happened, you see. So there are big ones where you need to get the full explanations. So that is what we're going to be doing in the next retreat. The next retreat is on the 21 to 23 October. We're going to Mahalis in this secluded place. We're going to be sharing there. I'm going to be doing I'm gonna give people drugs. Well, not drugs. Let's not say that. Not that the D word. You're gonna be giving people plant medicine to help with dealing with these kind of emotions, dealing with this kind of information, dealing with this, bringing up this kind of information easier, helping them to understand this kind of stuff quicker. So I'm going to be doing that from the 21 to the 23. We're going to be in Makhalis. If you want to come through and you feel like you've got some heavy contracts that you want to get out and understand, because things have gone so wrong so many times in like the same pattern, and you still don't understand why that this thing's going like this. So come through 21 to 23. We still have a few spaces left. That place is quite small in terms of accommodation. So yeah, make sure that you let's see if they know in time. All the information is in my Instagram, but I'll also post about it here. So now, if it is a small contract is something that you can handle and deal with. So let's talk about that. How do you find out about this? So one thing is this: we all have a spiritual guide. You like it or not, you want it to have it or you don't, you're scared of it or you don't, you want it or you don't, you like it or you don't, you have one. It's important for you to connect with that spiritual guide. All of us, when we're born, God gave us an angel. All of us have a specific angel. It doesn't go to the bathroom. It doesn't go for a smoking break. It's standing by you all the time with a sword flaming and making sure when you are taken care of. And then that is the angel that is designated to you. The Lord has so many angels. That one just is for you by yourself, one. And then again, there's other angels for all other stuff. But then also there's guides that have come through from so many different dimensions to take care of you because of the calling that is in your life, because of the purpose that is in your life. So these guides are specifically, if you are a singer, they will specifically be in that. If you are a healer, they will specifically be in that. If so, they are all over the place. Then you also have guides that have lived in this planet, that have come through and that have seen life, and then they've gone and then they decided to become your guides. And those, they are the ones who know what to mix. If you have a headache, you can put this and this and you will be fine. If you've got this problem, you can those, they are there to give you the receipt. If you want to start a business, you can do this and this. If so, you have all this cloud of supporters, cheerers, protectors that are with you. And these are the people who have the information you need at all times. Now you can come to Busi and ask Busi, and Busi is not going to get the information anyway but from those same guides, the ones you have access to. So if you could do yourself a nice favor and start fixing your own connection with your guides, you will be doing yourself a lot of work, and you will never come to me and in 4 a.m. saying, Utibusi, is my husband cheating on me? Because you will have the information, and you will have the information. And most of you are getting the information on which business deal to support, to tender for, to which company you should send your proposal to where you should send your CV. The information is available every day, but you're not using it. You are not using it. Like when you're about to have an accident or something go wrong, the guys tell you, don't do this, don't go there. Do you listen? Nah, you go. They tell you, this one is no longer your friend, this one is doing you bad. When are you go? But this person, you see them all time, and this person, when they're thinking about you, there's something that comes up for them, and they just like, damn, that thing, young Dean. So your guys are telling you, but when you don't listen. Now, when you have small contracts that you need to deal with on a day-to-day basis, on a touch and go basis, on a quick basis, you better go and ask your guys. This problem I have, does it have a contract that is spiritually connected to it? Because if it does, I want to know about it because I need to deal with it. I'm tired. That will be a line that will help you a lot. And when they tell you what it is about, you must then do what it said where you must do. You must do what this information is telling you, because it will explain to you literally that you see your brother or your sister is doing this to you because you need to love unconditionally. And if you love a person unconditionally, you don't judge them. If you love a person unconditionally, you allow them to be who they are. So allow your brother to be who they are, allow your sister to be who they are. Don't judge them, love them. And then you like, no, but nah, love your brother. Love them with whoever they are, with whoever they're doing, with whatever they're doing with their life. Love them unconditionally. That is what you came here to learn, right? Do it. So, but when because hey, my brother, unjena, mina, my lifestyle, what. Okay, fine. You are resisting the information. So one of the things is that you have to have that connection with your guys because they will tell you all the times about these things. Number two, smaller contracts. You need to ask how to fix these things because some of them they are just a mental thought. You have to change your mindset. Sometimes they are an emotional pain that you need to cleanse. Okay, sometimes there is spiritual hold that is linked to other energies that have passed before you. So just like on my case, I'll come back to again to my on my case and explain to you how that connected together. Also, Pel says Mahali's details. Okay, ma'am. Let me share the number on here before I forget. My PA number, you can just call, you can just send her WhatsApp. She'll send you the link with all the information on Mahalisi. There's a link that has the Mahalisi information. They Pel, there's the number. 0615867. So just send a WhatsApp and ask her for the link for the Mahalis retreat, relationship retreat. We're doing sacred contracts. Ask her to send you the link. Then you'll see all the information, all of the information you need to know about it. So now, in my case, mine was not. Of course, the thoughts were there, emotion was there, but there was also a spiritual connection to it. Which then the spiritual connection went it worked like this. On my mother's side, my grandmothers, all of them, like I think 3 generations before my mother. So it's my mother and 3 generations before her. They were the women who took care of men. My grandmother was a bishop. Now, of course, pastors, but struggle when it comes to my. But my grandfather was using his power over my grandmother, and my grandmother was making the money, and my grandfather was having the church fund. Every time I explain this thing, I say it wrong. Yes, Nkulunkulu wami, help me. But just like that, all of them had the thing. So when I came, I got it out of my mother. Now I came out of it, with it, out of my mother's womb, and then but Nina, then I got the chance to say that I can cut it off. That my daughters don't have to go through the same thing. So you see, then there was actually a spiritual connection to it. So I mean, of course, the people who came before us, they give us the blessings. Of course, I'm this amazing because of them. Like, child, I look good. Like, what else can I? You want to know the other things? Of course, I mean, I've came through and gotten all these blessings from the previous generation. They've gone through a lot and they've left most of the rewards to us who are here now, but also they've left us some pain that we need to deal with. So one of them was connected to my own contract. So when you come through and you choose where you were born, you're gonna be born to, you choose a family setup that fits your contracts. So this one, of course, fits me. All these women made the whole thing of being strong women, and then it ended badly. And then I also came through and I did the same thing. And then, of course, I was able, thank goodness, thank you, Jesus, that I was able to stop the back. It stopped with me. My daughters now are clean from this. And then whatever is left of me that I haven't cleansed, of course, they will take over, and then now they will have to fix it. Hey, please, now I've done my part. I've done a lot, actually. So you need to ask and understand how far the connection with your contract goes. Sometimes it is that extensive that there are many levels to it. That is why you will see that you go to a coaches, they talk to your mind, and you heal some stuff, but there's still stuff that are left today. And then you go to a psychologist talks to the mind, they help you, but there's still stuff that is left today. Then you go to a healer, just like me, an energy healer, they help you deal with the emotions. You start to feel less anxiety, less depression, but still there is a part of the spirituality that is not there. So I mean, I had to start healing people in their spiritual lives, because I saw that this thing was not, it was connected to many levels. Then once I've healed you, your chakras, I've healed your energy, which are your emotions, but then I also have to, if there is a connection to the spiritual, I have to then take you to the river and then cut off those spiritual connections, so that you can be able to get over stuff. There are people who are took to the river and they come back and they divorce finally. You know what? They're like, no, now I can do it. I don't know why I didn't do it all this time. But there was connections that were not even physical, that were binding you to this place. And relationships like that, and jobs like that, and businesses like that, all the stuff. Yeah. So, number one, make sure that you find your connection with your guides. Find it. I don't know where you're going to find it, but just find it. Okay? Meditation helps you find it, of course. Light a candle, bring in some water with you. Those are elements that God gave us. The fire and the water is purifying elements. Use them. Ask your guides to show up and help you before you go to bed, so that they can talk to you in your dreams, so that they can talk to you while you're driving, so that they can talk to you while you're doing stuff. Talk to them and ask them, why am I having this problem? Guys, this thing of having problems and then you're just thinking like it's fine to have this problem, and then you just, I've been having this problem for the past 20 years. Oh, I'm missing it. It's mine. Man, don't do that. Okay, then number two, ask how far is this problem? Find out all the stages, and you must make sure that you heal it in all the levels. Because if you leave another level, then it's like an onion. You have to try peel all the layers of it. Okay. And number three is that I think one of the things that we mess up in this kind of things is that we are scared of the unknown. We are scared of the solution to the problems we actually have. So you're thinking that getting rid of this contract is going to leave you with nothing. No, once you guys, like any other contract, at the end of it, you get a contract, you get a reward. It's not the end. So every time you honor that contract, you will get, guys, like seriously, totally paid back everything that you've went through to get through to this lesson. Like, it pays good. I mean, let me just say it in that way. It pays good to honor your contracts. Nunu says, are these contracts the same as karmic relationships? Okay, so karmic relationships, of course, is part of contracts, but we call them karmic relationships when we don't understand the type of a contract. Then we call it karmic, because karmic just says, I owe you something. That's why you're traumatizing my life. But what I'm saying, Nunu, is that it's important for you to then find out. Don't just say, I've got a karmic relationship, so what? It must traumatize you. Even when you've broke up with this person, you're still fighting with them. Even like maybe you have children with them, you're still fighting with them. You still what? There's still energy between you that is flowing, that is wrong. You're still connecting with each other everywhere. You still, the other one is losing money. You are losing money this way. You don't even know why, because you're connected to this person, and you call it a karmic relationship. Fine, it is karmic, but you have. That's the whole point. You have to end karmic relationships in the spiritual, so that they do not continue to be karmic, because karmic relationship is just contracts that haven't been closed, contracts that have not been honored. So of course there are the small parts that you can fix yourself at home, you can do yourself, but then there are big chunks that you need somebody to hold your hand. And that is why I'm saying, come through to the retreat, the relationship retreat we're having on the 21st of October. And one thing I can promise you is that you will get the clarity. You will get the clarity for sure. Now, either you do what the honoring of the contract is, or you don't. That is your problem. But you knowing why you're going through what you're going through, you will come out with it, and you will come out with a clear plan. So so the plant medicine will be doing the ayahuasca. So ayahuasca is a very feminine and a plant medicine, and I'm gonna do the correct measurements for everybody. I'm gonna take your weight and all sorts of things to make sure that I'm giving you the right, correct dose for you to just be able to understand the information you need to understand. So I'm not gonna take you into the other states. I'm not gonna take you into the other dimensions. Of course, there will be sessions for the ayahuasca where we can go through that. But of course, I mean, even there, if I know that you are strong enough to go to other dimensions, and then I'll give you a dose for that. But other than that, I'll give you a dose for you to be able to download information for yourself on the things that you would have come through to ask. And it's important. I always love that people get their downloads for themselves, not that you hear it from me. Hear it yourself. So ayahuasca helps you to hear stuff. Ayahuasca helps you to download information. So of course, depending on the measurements that I'm giving you, you can, the measurements changes, like you can go literally to the 8th dimension. I do not like doing that. I do not like taking people further, a lot more further, because sometimes in your normal state of life here in the planet, you are in a low vibration, and then we take you to a low, to a high vibration. When you come back here, you can no longer function. So you see, you've seen too much. We don't want to show you too much. So anyway, Malebu says, can you undo a contract? I think I've signed up for not getting married now. Yeah, that is what undo. I said honor, Malebu, not undo. Oh my goodness, Malebu, somebody like, yes, I'm canceling this one. So how you cancel a contract is just not dealing with it, suffering, and then going back, and then coming back, you'll find it. That is why the other people can't get to rest. They just come back quickly. Because they don't get to paradise. Paradise is where you go to rest. Most people don't get to rest because they haven't done their contracts right, so they come back. So, Malebu, undoing a contract. Child. There's no purpose of undoing one. I tell you, when you honor the contract, you get successful. Now, if you think you sign up a contract of not getting married, it's not a contract, it's a vow, and a vow we can cancel. I mean, like what you're saying there is that I feel like you have a vow, but of course I'll need to just check in detail. A vow is something that you can break. Like there are people that I've seen a lot come to me, they've made a vow of being poor because of what was happening in that lifetime that they were living, and money had done things that they despised, that they vowed that they would never want to have money because money cost them this and this, money did this and this, money made them do this and this. Like maybe you find yourself killing your child and you say, I don't ever want money again. Then you make a vow of poverty, and then when you come back here and then it's like every day you try money, it doesn't work. That is a vow. You can break a vow. A vow is not a contract, because a vow doesn't. Yeah, a vow is its own story. Let's not talk about vows today. But that, if it's a vow, then we can definitely break it. All right. But undoing a contract, you can't do that. It's not something we should be trying to do. You can understand what is wrong with you getting into relationships. What is the blockage that is with between you and relationships, and finding out what to do, what about marriage, because sometimes you can be in good relationships but you're just not getting married, and I don't know why you would want, when if you have a good relationship, maybe there's no need for you to get married, whatever, I don't know the situation. So you can then find out what is the issue and then clear it up, deal with it. I mean, some of these things will take you 3 months to deal with it, 6 months to deal with it. And then after that, you are free. So, doing a contract, nah, don't try that. But if you have a vow and you need to break that, yeah, that you can do. Okay, guys, so we're almost at 1 hour. And we are almost, oh no, we are not at load shedding for me, but probably for others. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to come through to the retreat, I've put it out the number, and I'm also gonna post on my Instagram and on my Facebook. You'll see the information. You can ask my PA to send you the link. Ebony says, take us to the highest level. Mazikale, what? You, Ebony, so hamba la ungazabuyi. Ngizokulanda ngani mina kule intervention? Because let me just tell you, when Ebony, one time, when I was taking the plant, when I was still training to do this work, so there was one that we took, a specific one that we took for just understanding the dimensions, right? So you took that one, you smoke it, and then literally like 2-3 minutes later, you've left your body. And so you see all these geometric signs, you are there, and it's a very quiet place. It's a quiet place. So the facilitator always says that this is what happens when you die. This is where you go to that place. That place is quiet. That place is quiet, like there's quiet, and then there's that place quiet. So me, I always, when I get there, I'm like, I don't know that dying is boring. Like, what am I going to be doing in this quietness? But of course, it's like quietness, like, you can feel your body and all that, but you don't want to lift your finger because that is just how quiet it is. You feel like when you just move your finger, you will make noise. So, and of course, thank goodness, because of course, the chemical will dissolve quickly, and in 15 minutes you are back, and you finally think, man, I should move my body. But when you are there, you don't want to come back. So I'm phone in places where you would be like, boss, anyway, it's boss who brought me here, and because I'm saying it right. Okay, Ebony says, do we get downloads relating to relationships only, or even other areas? No, areas of your lives, all. But the important thing about taking plant medicine is that you have an intention. So all medicine, you must give it intention. Like, even if you're doing witchcraft, you give medicine intention. Go and do this to who? So just like at the retreat, we will be doing an intention. And if you have an intention to download other information about your life, like money, like health, and all that kind of stuff that is troubling you at that point, you can do the intention specifically to that. So I am just going to be using the plant medicine because I know that once we have done the intention, we will get the downloads we're looking for. And most of the times, because relationships is one of the crazy things, we will be able to get the downloads around that, because there will be a lot of other information that we'll be also looking at, understanding the sacred contracts. We'll be doing a lot of work around all these things. So the information will just be able to come together nicely when we ask for the intention to download information on our sacred contracts relating to relationships, mostly work relationships and romantic relationships. Any other relationship that, of course, the person needs to know about, then we'll do the downloads for. But of course, the setting up of the intention process, it's quite an extensive process that is so important. That is why you need to have somebody there who is trained and who understands how to put you in that correct department. Ungathi ufuna ukushada uye home affairs bakuyise e-agriculture, uyabona. Awusashadi yeheni yini, hawu Nkosi yami, kushada by the way guys, you know kushada e-home affairs is 75 rand. Mara-ke you must be at home affairs of course to get married, so abanye abantwana bafuna ukuya. So if you have any other questions, send me an inbox on my Instagram or send me a WhatsApp message. Other than that, thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you will have the recording of this if you've joined us late. It's on my Instagram. It's on my YouTube channel. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely night. We'll talk again soon. Make sure you subscribe so that you see these things when they come up. Because Mina, I do not know when I do these videos. I've just given up on the schedule. So, guys, make sure you follow me or you subscribe or whatever so that you can. Oh, sorry, you are late. Don't worry. YouTube is going to have this file just now. Give it 3 minutes and you can be able to see the whole thing. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.